All right, I hope everybody's doing okay today. And this is Kinesiology 234. I did send out an update to everybody regarding the progress we've had with clients. And, I have two different sections. And for one section, we have 6 clients. And for another section, we have 5 clients. So we got great progress there. I'm very happy about that. And what we're looking at is we're looking at how we're going to distribute the clients and pair them up. And also, I sent out an announcement just regarding that process. And we'll talk a little bit about that here in this presentation. But there was an email sent to the prospective clients. And you got to understand now, this ball is rolling, this train is rolling down the track, however you want to say it. This is the email that was sent. And the expectation now is those clients are expecting you as a fitness, wellness, movement practitioner professional, however you want to say it, they're expecting you to reach out to them. And when we pair up tomorrow, I am almost under the presumption that I'll see a lot of the tops of your heads while you're looking down at your phone, and you're going to send a an email out to these people to start the connection process. So you can already set expectation. And we will go over this in class 100% because I want you guys to be able to go ahead and send this email out to clients as soon as we pair you up tomorrow, that being Tuesday. So in here, in learning modules, let me real quick in here, in course materials, I just want to point this out. If we scroll it on down, you'll see there's a couple different documents in here for like mock client email, and then also just email between two different people, like a client and a trainer. So it's in here. There's a couple different versions in here in course materials. And now in learning modules, what I did just to make life a little bit easier, in mod 2, and I moved it up towards the top here. Right now I don't have a listing, but you'll have the email. You'll also have this PowerPoint presentation you're about ready to see, etc. will all be tucked in this folder. So they're already loaded in, and once I'm done with this video, I'll load that up. So let's go into the PowerPoint presentation I want to go over for this particular presentation. Okay, so this is the thing we're talking about where things can definitely change rather quickly. And we're looking at having clients and trainers pair up, and you guys are going to meet on Thursday. Very exciting. I'm pretty stoked. And then also just kind of prepping you guys for the client consultation. And the way I'm envisioning this is we'll have all the clients in a blue hat, all the trainers in a red hat, or vice versa. It doesn't matter what hat color. It could be just a pile of names on a piece of paper, whatever. But the point is, we'll pull a name, and that's your client. We'll pull another name, we'll pull another name, and that's your client. And then person C will pull a name, or I'm sorry, we'll pull person C's name, excuse me, and then we'll pull a name from a hat, and that'll be that person's client. So what I'm looking at is just randomly matching clients and trainers, clients and trainers, clients and trainers, and then the folks who are left over will pair up with each other for now. And I'm kind of torn exactly on how I want to do this. Because and I'll talk a little bit here in a second in a couple slides, but the big thing I worry about is, say for example, we have you paired up with somebody, and then in 3 to 4 weeks time, we pull that person, we give them to somebody else. I've talked a lot about the client building and the relationship building process with a client, if I can say it correctly. And I don't want to erode that, and I want you to experience that, because there is a tipping point where there's kind of like this tenuous beginning of a workout relationship with your client, and then all of a sudden, boom, like it's implicit. They believe in your abilities, they're ready to work out, they come in, they want to do well, and you start to notice that as you work with your clients, and you start to notice the actual context of your relationship does evolve over time. So I'm hesitant to do that, but that may be an option down the road, and we'll see how that goes. With t-shirts, you guys all filled out a Google document with your size and male or female cut. If you want that big old V taper, I know Laura over in M Building, she has those, and she has expressed when we're going to be getting those and picking those up. At this time, it might be a case, and I'm waiting for an email, might be a case where I send you guys right down to her office and you pick them up from her office, or she'll just give me a bunch of them and we just distribute them in class. But I want you to have them before Thursday. So this is going to be a little bit of a compressed timeline here. And I just, I'm sorry for that. It was just, we couldn't really see the horizon on this one just kind of shook out really quickly, where we had a bunch of people say, heck yeah, we want to go ahead and do this. All right, so with your email that you're going to send out to your client, I want it short and to the point. It doesn't have to be 5 pages long. And in the subject line, you're going to place Harper Fit Personal Trainer, so you know it's you and it's easy to source. And then from there, this is all about introducing yourself, making sure you confirm the day and the time when you're supposed to meet, and confirm where the heck you're going to meet them. And that's very important when you're in a bigger building. A person can walk in and walk around aimlessly. You want to make it very easy to find you. And when I would get new clients, I would many times just meet up at the front desk. I'd stand next to the front desk person, and then when John Doe or Jane Doe would walk in, they'd swipe their card. It's, John, how are you? We have a 5 o'clock today. My name is Adrian. And from there, it's just I take them by the hand. I walk them in. Have you been here before? Here's the locker rooms. When you walk in, you go to the left. Here's this, here's that. Because many times they've never been in a facility. So part of your process is, part of the process is you being a tour guide. And it starts. I mean, that relationship building started when you sent the email. It started when you talked on the phone. And it continues when you meet them at the front desk, so they don't feel like somebody walking in and they're walking into a situation where they have no idea where they're going. You want to take them literally by the hand the minute you meet them face to face and walk them right into where they need to go, how they need to, what they need to do to change, where they're the bathrooms, etc. I'll meet you right here outside in the lobby, and we'll go ahead and sit down and have a little bit of a meet and greet and a consultation. And hopefully if there's enough time left, you know what, God dang it, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a little workout too. So in that email itself, I go ahead and zero out of this, back it out, we go here. I've already opened up on my screen. Let me open this guy up a little bit. And you don't have to be as long-winded as this, but you put this in the subject line, and quite frankly, if you want to cut and paste this and utilize this, instead of using my name, use your name. I'm totally cool with that if it helps you, if you're a little bit wigged out about this process. But what I'm after here is in the first paragraph, my name is Adrian Fleischer, and we've talked, you guys, in some regard, when you're in a fitness facility, you'll talk on the phone, and you might go by email or correspond via email as well, but many times you'll talk by phone. But here's the thing, we can talk about the phone etiquette another time. But my name is Adrian Fleischer. I'm excited to have the opportunity to work with you in achieving your fitness goals. You want to definitely get across you're excited to work with that person and you're looking forward to meeting them, et cetera, because it sets the enthusiasm and the part that you're there for them. You can tell a little bit about yourself. I wouldn't spend like an entire paragraph on this. If you're somebody who has a bunch of credentials, you can absolutely layer in some credentials in here. But I've led a fitness-related lifestyle for approximately 30 years as a trainer and a coach, and as well as for my own personal wellness. So I've been involved in a number of different fitness activities, all the way from when I was a very, very young boy, all the way up to where I am now. This is the important part. You want to confirm, hey, we're scheduled to meet at either 8 a.m. or noon in our classes, depending on 234, which section you're in. It could be 8 a.m. or noon. And our first meeting will be on Thursday, February 17th in M Building. And if you're not familiar with M Building, there's a front desk area where you need to check in at time. And this is important because you have to let them know and set the expectation that they're going to have to check in. And if they come in right at the time of their appointment, they're never going to be there on time for their appointment. And quite frankly, they're going to be met, or you're going to be met with a frustrated client. So set the expectation that there might be a few administrative items that need to be resolved prior to the session. And you want to make sure that you get them there a couple minutes early. And you absolutely want to meet them at the front desk to assist them if they need any help with anything. It doesn't matter if they need help getting a new pair of shoelaces. It doesn't matter. You want to be there to help them out and not just kind of hanging out in the back and chatting with your friends in the weight room or doing your last set of bicep curls and coming out all grimy for your client. Not what you're after. Meet them at the front desk. Set the expectation you will be there to guide them through this process and do it. Meet them there. So also set some expectation regarding if people have not been into M Building, you can let them know that the lockers, that the facility has lockers for them to be able to store their items, whether it's upstairs in the fitness center or downstairs in the locker rooms. And also set the expectation, because you might be in a facility where they don't have programmable codes, right, to secure their belongings, so they'll have to bring a lock if they wish to lock their items up. Set a little expectation regarding what you're going to do during this first session. Hey, it's our first meeting. We're going to be reviewing the health history questionnaire that was sent to you, and you should have sent it back to me by now, or should have been sent back to the program, and the program sent it to me. And also, we're going to complete some basic evaluations. And really, what we're doing here is trying to determine your current levels of fitness. And from that, this creates a process or a dialogue that we can have to help us determine your goals and lay out a strategy to help you meet your goals. That's kind of what you're doing in a nutshell in this first session. You're gathering information, you're coming up with a plan and from that information, you're coming up with a plan to help them meet their goals. And from there, you can also set the expectation where you are looking at perhaps if there's enough time left transitioning to the fitness center and getting a little bit of a workout. Because remember, some of your people might not be familiar with the facility. So I often describe it when I set expectation with people. Hey, John, here's what we're looking at. When we first get together, it's going to be as much meet and greet as it is consultation. And I'm hoping that we have enough time to go ahead and throw down a quick little workout at the end. And for me, that quick little workout does a couple things. It indoctrinates them to the fitness facility. It gives them a chance to actually get in and get their feet wet, gets them involved in the process, but it gets them out amongst other members. It gets them out into an environment where they can get their hands on equipment, perhaps engage with other people. So the next time when they can come in on their own and they can see, well, John walks in and he sees there's Jeff or there's Jim or there's Bob, and he can then start to build that connection, which is very crucial to this process, with other people in the facility, which then allows for the process of accountability. Oh, John, I saw you in here the other day. Good for you. You're still coming in, and that's part of this, right? Because they're not going to work out with you. I hope they work out with you 5 days a week, but usually people don't. And with that, as soon as you can get people kind of plugged into the process and indoctrinated to the equipment, and you give them, okay, John, we did this exercise, this exercise, this exercise. We did 4 things today. I want you to come in on, let's see, today is Monday. I want you to come in on Wednesday, and I want you to do those 4 things on your own. I'm not worried about how much weight you push. I want you to come in, get familiar with this equipment, and go ahead and get familiar with actually getting on it and setting it up and being able to do a little workout on your own. And from there, you can do a little bit of cardio and just kind of set the expectation to have a little bit of homework, right? And so the other part of this is now that workout that you have with them allows them to actually become involved in their own process. So getting back to our original email, if time allows, we'll go ahead and transition. Now, here's the deal. If you should have any kind of issue keeping a scheduled appointment, you have a flat tire, whatever it is, please email me at this address. And you can set the expectation to have them let you know about something before it becomes an issue, before they stand you up. Please send me an email so I know what's going on. And then your closing is always, I'm looking forward to meeting you and assisting you with reaching your fitness goals, which eventually become our goals. So if we go back to this PowerPoint presentation here, the client will most definitely, they'll respond to, and when they reply to you, you got to make sure that you confirm, hey, got your email, great, looking forward to seeing you. And, just great, I'm going to see you on Tuesday or Thursday, whatever time it is, and you're setting that expectation to working together. And as I mentioned before, there's a little bit of things that you're going to go over in that initial consultation. You're going to have your own additional evaluations. You're going to lay out the plan of attack when you're working with them. And you got to ask them, hey, does this feel realistic to you? Do you think we're going to be able to reach these goals? Are you going to be able to be plugged into the process? Can you meet me? And I've used this in conversation. Can you meet me halfway in this process? Are you going to be able to do your homework on the off days where we're not together? Because if you do, I can tell you you're going to get results. This is one of those things where I can tell you you're going to get as much out of it as you put into it. And so I need you to meet me halfway on this stuff and do your homework. Also, a couple of administrative issues just regarding how much sessions are going forward, what personal training looks like, what a session will look like. And then if you do cancel on me day of, you're going to be charged for the session. Those are administrative things that you have to set that expectation on the front end. Further, you close it, man. You got to say, all right, well, let's get going. And you get it from the table, you go out to the gym, you start throwing down a workout. So I want you to be able to, and we'll work on this in class, but I want you to be able to understand some of these nuanced little things when you're talking with people and you go through that and that process. It starts with the email. You're setting that expectation with that email or even the phone call the first time you talk with the person. All right, with that, I'm going to clock on out. I got about 20 seconds left. And with that, be on the lookout for the next video. Later.